I'm going to start by removing the hubcap. If you can't pull it off with your fingers, you can use a little pry bar. Just be very careful not to break the hubcap or damage the rim. Take a 21mm socket and remove all 5 of your lug nuts, and then remove the wheel. Now you can go through the center of this caliper right here with a little pry bar or screwdriver and just pry the caliper forward or towards the outside of the car. That's just going to squeeze the piston in a little bit, give this a little bit more play so that you can take it off easier. So now with a 14mm, let's remove both of these bolts. Take the caliper off and set it right on top of the knuckle here, or you can tie it with a bungee cord. Just make sure that there's no pressure on the brake hose. Now you can remove the pads. With a 17mm socket, I'm going to break both of these free. And remove them all the way. Okay, leave this one in a few threads. Let's do the top one. Finish removing the bottom. And here is your caliper bracket. Now you can remove the rotor if it's stuck on like this one. Let's put a lug nut back on. Now with the lug nut on, you can hammer between the studs here. That's going to break the rotor free off the hub. There we go. Take your safety lug nut off. It did its job. Now you can remove the rotor. All right, next with a 30mm 12-point socket. It's important, otherwise you won't get a regular 6-point socket on here. Let's remove the axle nut. Set that aside. And at this point you want to make sure that the axle pushes through the hub, which this one does. If not, you would take a center punch right there, and drive the axle through. Next, you'll see 4 bolts. I know you can only see 3 right now, but there's 4, 1 on each corner. That's what holds your wheel bearing on, so let's take those off. They are 14mm headed bolts. Push the axle out a little bit. That'll let you get your socket in there. Okay, take this first one out. Now I'm just going to take a hammer and hammer this wheel bearing back and forth. Pay attention not to destroy your backing plate here with your hammer by accident. Basically, I just want to walk it out of the knuckle. Okay, bigger hammer. It's coming out. There it is. Okay, there's the old wheel bearing and the backing plate. I'm going to straighten out where I hit it, then we'll clean up the area in here, get ready to reinstall. At this point, I want to clean up all of this debris here, corrosion. You can scrape it off like this or use a little sanding disc and sand it. Just make sure you don't go too crazy. You don't want to remove aluminum from here. This is aluminum, so it's very soft. So you can just scrape it off by hand with a screwdriver or whatever you have, sand it down with sandpaper. Basically just get it nice and clean. Now let's spray some anti-seize, not just on this surface here, but also inside on this ring where the wheel bearing sits. That way it doesn't rust like this in the future. I'm using a spray anti-seize, but of course if you have the brushed kind, that works too. If anything, it'll be less messy. And let's put some on the splines of the axle. That way that doesn't seize up, and wipe it off of the ABS sensor. And you noticed earlier, maybe you didn't, but I removed my ABS sensor when cleaning this up just because I didn't want to risk damaging it when scraping things off. So just pull out this 10mm bolt, ABS sensor should come right out. All right, now take your backing plate, make sure it's going the right way. It had this swoop facing towards the tie rod. And then take the wheel bearing, and it only goes on one way, so you'll notice that two of the bolt holes are closer. Those go up top, and the two wider ones are on the bottom. And just line it up with the splines of the axle. You might have to twist it around a little bit and press it on. It should bottom out all the way. If it doesn't, then you probably didn't clean up the surface area enough, and well, I don't really recommend hammering it in. That just means you need to clean more. So it can bottom out by itself. Now let's get some bolts in there. I cleaned up the threads a little bit and applied some blue thread locker. It's optional, but if you're gonna put anything on it, put thread locker, not anti-seize. I'm gonna try and start some of these bolts in. I'll start with the top. There we go. Might have to push the axle out. And it looks like this one is starting in. Try to do this one over here while I'm at it. All right, let's snug them up and then we'll come back and torque them. I'm gonna snug them in a cross pattern just so that the wheel bearing seats itself evenly. Let's torque these bolts to 30 foot-pounds. Doesn't take a whole lot of torque for these. And I've already snugged them up in a cross pattern, so to torque them, I'm just gonna go around. All right, that's 30 foot-pounds all around. Next, let's reinstall the axle nut. Start it on by hand to make sure it doesn't cross thread. We'll bottom it out and then torque it to 159 foot-pounds. I'm using my air gun, but I'm not gonna tighten it with it. I'm just gonna use it to get it bottomed out quicker. Okay, right there it stopped, so I'm gonna stop. Now let's torque it. I have my pry bar going through the hub, holding it, 159 foot-pounds. Right there, perfect. And at this point, we need to bend the axle nut right here where this cutout is. That's gonna lock it in. So take a little punch or whatever you have and a hammer and punch it in. All right, that should be good right there. All you want is basically for the nut to be locked in and prevent it from backing off by itself. Now grab your rotor, take your caliper bracket, slide it over the rotor, line it up with the bolt holes. Take your bolts, and I put some blue thread locker on these. If you're gonna put anything, put thread locker. Definitely do not put anti-seize on your brake bolts. So slide these on. All right, let's bottom these out and then torque them to 101 foot-pounds. Okay, there we go. Slide the pad on. There we go. Now take your caliper, flip it over, and install it onto the bracket. Make sure it goes over the slider pins and lines up with the two bolt holes. Take your bolts and start them in. Make sure you start both of these by hand. These are very easy to cross thread. I'm just gonna go ahead and bottom them out since they turn so easily. And now let's torque them. Let's torque these to 25 foot-pounds. Let's get the wheel back on. Start on all 5 of your lug nuts, bottom them out, and torque them to 76 foot-pounds. Let's not forget about the hubcap, and if you are putting these on, if you have them, make sure that this cutout goes over your valve stem, otherwise you'll ruin it. So these are going to be a little tricky to install. You have to hold them in several different places, and they keep wanting to pop off. There we go. Perfect.